Hi everyone, me again, riding in the countryside of North Carolina, out relatively near the Charlotte area, and it's a beautiful warm day. It's now up to 69 degrees, and all you poor guys that are socked in with cold temps and snow and rain, and I'm sorry about that. I must say I'm glad it's you and not me, but you know, I really wish you'd have this pretty weather too. I had to go in to help a buddy of mine with some projects yesterday. Had to ride in from my home out in the country in Stanfield, North Carolina, into the big city of Charlotte. And from my house to his house, 35, maybe 40 minutes if I hit the lights wrong, things like that. And but I went pretty early. When I was getting all my gear on to go out, it was 27 degrees Fahrenheit. And by the time I got on the bike and got it fired up and warmed up, the thermometer on the bike said that it was 35. And I rode into his house. I had on my some good gloves, some good. Actually, there were some ski gloves I purchased at a Costco. They're pretty cheap, 15 bucks, and they worked really well to keep my hands warm. And of course I've got the heated grips. I had the grips on low as well. And but I had on my riding pants. I had on this jacket with the liners in both. I had on my good heavy riding boots, and put on my showy full face helmet for that, just so that I would be able to have a shield to flip down. I'm wearing the open face right now, and for this vlog, but I took the Shoei and I didn't have a camera mount on it, so I couldn't do any filming. But I rode all the way in, and I must say I was as comfortable as I've ever been on a motorcycle at under 50 degrees. This thing blocks the wind very, very well. The heated grips are wonderful. Like I said, I just had them on low, and they kept my hands nice and toasty without making them sweat too much. And but it blocked a lot of the wind. I had the windscreen up a little bit higher. This is the lowest position for it, and had it up. And the only part of me that even knew that it was cool was the back of my neck. I didn't bring my balaclava, which I probably would have put on if I'd had it with me, but I didn't bring it with me from Atlanta. And so my neck was bare in the back between my helmet. You know how your helmet kind of goes up a little bit in the back? That little spot of neck where the helmet goes up and my collar on this jacket doesn't quite come all the way up. And I would get a little puff of wind about every 30 seconds. That was, and I won't really even say it was cold. It just got my attention. It was just cool. You know, like feeling a cold breath on your neck or something like that. But man, it was really nice. I mean, it was really, really nice, and I could have ridden for hours. At 35 degrees, I could have ridden for hours, all geared up and on this bike. So, so much different. This is so different from the V-Star, which of course on the V-Star, I don't have anywhere near as much wind protection. It's not a big old wide thing like this is in the front. I do have a good windshield, and I've got some hand shields now that help a little bit with my hands, but I do not have heated grips. Don't really want to put any on there, but I just thought, you know, when I've ridden it in the cold, I have frozen to death, and I've worn the same boots, the same pants, the same jacket, not the same gloves. I didn't have quite as good a glove the last time, but it was a lot of fun, and I froze to death on the V-Star. I mean, in very quick order. I had to ride it to work a couple of times. I actually had to leave when it was below freezing to go to work a few times because we were short a vehicle. And but you know, hey, I got to say this thing is very, very comfortable. Of course, we're almost. Let's see. Well, we're still at 69 degrees. I'm gonna let you know if it ever hits 70 on this ride. But this is like nothing. I mean, I could be out here. I'm wearing my good jacket, but I could be out here in a hoodie and just wearing my blue jeans and sneakers, so you know, and I'm warm as toast. So I don't have the grips on or anything like that. So we're just riding along. I checked with my lovely wife on the back. She says she's very, very comfortable, and that's with the windshield down. And she likes it up sometimes when we get up. We get any faster than 55 or so like we're doing now, we're going to need to, I'll have to raise the shield up for her because she sits taller than I do, and the wind just kisses the top of my helmet with the shield like this and kind of hits her right square in the face sometimes if we go too fast. She doesn't mind it too much. But anyway, just thought I'd tell you, we're coming up on almost 2,900 miles. That's right, 2,900 miles on this Spyder, which we got, it had 205 miles on it when we bought it used. And give you a little sit rep on it, a little situation report. It's knock on wood, it's been 100% perfect. I have modified it just a little bit. If you've seen any of my past videos, I did put a heavier shock absorber on it with a spring preload that was not the standard shock for the 2013 model. It's a brand made by Fox, recommended, that's actually sold, recommended by Spyder for the Spyder and for this particular model. And I've got them cranked up pretty good, and they work really, really well. They really make it a lot easier to keep from getting too much body lean and roll on this, and it makes my wife feel a whole lot steadier, and makes me feel steadier too. So that's been a real good thing. Still not noticing any wear on the tires yet, so they're doing real well. Hadn't used any oil, of course, and we're just putting miles on her to get her to the 4,000 mile checkup, which is all covered under the maintenance plan that we signed up for. I have in the past done pretty much all my maintenance. I do almost all of it on the V-Star. I don't change tires anymore, and a few other little things I don't do anymore if a problem comes up. But fortunately, I haven't. Excuse me. I really haven't had any problem with the V-Star either. Knock on wood. But that's where we are. We're very, very happy with this bike. This summer, spring and summer, we plan to really put some miles on her, and we'll take you along, and hope you'll enjoy the places we go. Like I said, right now we're just kind of hanging around the house, hitting some of the same roads we've hit with you before. But just wanted to share a little ride with you in case you're all tucked away somewhere and can't get out and ride for one reason or another. But can't wait for spring. You get a day like this and you think, if we get about 3 or 4 days like this, which I don't think that's going to be the case, get 3 or 4 more days like this, and all the trees will start and bushes will start putting out buds, and we'll be in a lot of trouble if it gets cold again. There you go, there's one. But we like these roads out here. We kind of have I don't really have a set route that I go, but I have a generalized route that I go, and we purposefully go on it on a day like today at this time of day because there's very, very little traffic on it. So most of the bikes are more toward the Locust Stanfield area. We're in town, the town near me, and that's the main thoroughfare. They'll be riding through there, staying on the main highway. 4-lane all the way from Charlotte to Albemarle now. Woohoo, we are in the big time. And it sure has made a lot of difference in how the area where I am is being built up now. It's really being built up. There's a little bit of a view. You didn't really get a chance to see it. This camera won't show you much anyway. They're not there. You go. They're not that many places where you can get a long view here. Of course, in the wintertime now, that's the time for it. But yeah, with the little fuel lights coming on telling me I'm gonna have to get some fuel sometime, so we'll probably head over and do that. But anyway, hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Hope you're getting a chance to ride, and if you're not, I hope you get a chance to soon. All right, guys, everybody take care. Bye-bye.